Yeah, you got infected by something. It's something I'm working on right now. I'm working out this idea of the vampiric infection, which is when you get around a vampire and they really sink their fucking fangs into your life.
Like my mom.
I don't know if it's your mom. I don't know who it is. But it could be your mom. It generally is.
Just someone who tells you you've got to get up early?
Yeah, no, it's someone who injects you with fear, usually when you're super vulnerable, and they fill you with all these ideas that make you feel guilty so that there's no way that you can be happy no matter what pattern that you're functioning by, because they held you to a standard that you could never obtain when you were way too young to even attempt to obtain it anyway. So you get infected, and you get a vampiric infection, which is the series of thought patterns that got placed into your mind by someone who is usually terrified of existence, and that creates the situation where you're hard on yourself. You've adopted the personality of someone who is being hard on you, and you've brought it into your being. And now it's living inside of you.
How would you ever get rid of that?
Oh, you fucking kill it. You kill it. And you kill the person who did it, metaphorically. You tell them the truth. You tell the person who did it to you the truth. And they freak the fuck out because they can't believe you're breaking the rules. They freak out because they have these rules they set up way early. They're like, listen, I'm going to infect you with poison every day of your fucking life. I'm going to inject you with fear. From the moment you wake up to the moment you go to bed, I'm going to take a fucking hypodermic needle.
But they probably aren't consciously doing that.
No,
it's just laziness.
Yeah, whatever it is. Whatever it is. But for someone to administer poison to someone successfully, it's not just that they administer the poison. They have to tell them that the poison is truth. And then they have to tell them that if the person objects to the injection of poison, that they're bad. And then they freak out. That's what the vampire does. The vampire injects poison in the moment you're like, hey, this thing that you're doing is totally wrong. It's hurting me. They're like, how could you say that to me? You would say that to me? And they always have a fucking a story about how
they're a little narcissistic.
They have a story of how they'll follow it up with a story of how you need them, right? So they'll be like, you know, if it wasn't for me, you would be right. So this is basically the way that they manipulate people to keep them from telling the truth, which is like, hey man, keep your fucking fear, poison out of my life. I don't want to be around you anymore. And I don't care if you're my mom. I don't care if you're my wife. I don't care if you're my sister. I don't care who the fuck
you're my boyfriend.
My boyfriend, you're gone. You're gone. And that's how. So there's two parts to it. The first part is getting the bee off of you that's stinging you. The next part is working the stinger out of your skin. Or it's going to keep injecting poison into you, you know? And then you'll stop being so hard on yourself. And then when you stop being so hard on yourself, all of a sudden the colors in the world will start glowing. The colors get brighter. Everything changes. Synchronicities increase. Everything gets more beautiful and profound. But you got to get the stinger out first. It's a fucking battle, man. It's a real war. It doesn't happen in an easy way. If it happened in an easy way, we'd all be living in a fucking paradise planet where everyone would be having orgies all night.
Have you ever thought about being a therapist?
No. Yes. I just want you to be happy.